Hi everyone, here we have another group test, and this time it's the three heroes of the city, the SH350, the ADV 350 and the Forza 350. So I'm going to do a little group test of the three big scooters from Honda. Now you may be asking, why am I riding three 50cc scooters from Honda? They should be all the same. I bet you they're the same engine, I bet you the same frame. Well, two of them do share the same frame and the same engine, and one of them is totally different, but weirdly all three of them feel very different on the road. So let's go through it. Now let's start at the front. Now this is the SH350, and as you can see it's got a great big screen fitted. Now they don't come as standard with these screens, but Honda's asked us to pop this on our demo. I hate it, it's bug ugly, but it's brilliant. The wind protection is unbelievable. I spent most of the day riding around with my visor open. What an excellent screen, ugly but works brilliantly. Now we'll head to the ADV 350, and as you can see it's got a mechanical screen. You pull the two knobs out at either side and you can adjust it. I think it's got 3 or 4 different settings. If you want to find out more about the ADV screen, you can go to one of my other videos which is purely on the ADV 350. I was very surprised on how good the screen was. It's a bit skinny, but it seems to put your helmet in a bubble of air. Now the Forza 350 has an electronic screen, and there it goes up there on the button. This is a brilliant screen. I was gobsmacked. I'd forgotten. I've ridden this bike before but at Honda training courses, and it's not till you try with other bikes that you think, wow, that screen was brilliant, and its adjustment was excellent. Full up, visor up, not a bit of wind in my face. If I wanted to cool down on a warm day, not that happens in Newcastle, push the button, down the screen goes. Excellent, works brilliantly. Let's stay at the front of the bike and talk headlights. Honda bang on and on about the LED headlights on the front of these three bikes, how the patterns make them stand out. And yeah, I would say the Forza and the ADV really does stand out, but the SH, maybe not as much. And as you can see as they pass by the camera, the two Forza and the ADV really do stand out, but sadly the SH doesn't quite do as well. Now let's have a walk around video and go through a bit of the spec. Right then, let's start with wheels. You've got a 15-inch front wheel and a 14-inch rear wheel. The reason for that is it creates a very deep storage cavity at the back, and boy is it a big one, but we'll come back to that. You've got 2-channel ABS, so front and rear both have ABS. Now this fella runs conventional forks, normal motorbike forks, which is why he handles so well. Those forks run all the way up to the bottom of the handlebars, and on the Forza they only run up to just under the headlight. You've got your ESP engine, Honda's super slippery piston, and you've got 28.8 bhp and 31.5 newton meters of torque. So a cracking motor to pull you along. Turn of the Forza now. Now it runs the same ESP engine as the ADV, so same torque, same bhp, same wheels, 15 at the front, 14 at the back to create that huge cavity, which we'll come back to. Power screen. Now press the button and up it goes all the way at the top in one go. It's a great screen, it works excellent on the road, and with a flick of that switch you can have it set at any height, so you can go all the way at the top, have it at the bottom, or anywhere in the middle, whatever you fancy. That funny little bit hanging off the handlebars for your Honda Road Sync app, so you can work your phone from your pocket. And the eagle eye viewers out there will have noticed this is a 2022 bike, so it's the wrong colour red and it's got the old dash. And the newer one has a bit more of a flare under the headlight there, it flares out a bit more. But apart from that, they're identical. Lastly, SH350. Now, as I said previously, the knuckle guards in the screen are a Honda Extra, and asked us to put them on so they don't come on as standard. 16-inch wheels, twin channel ABS, ESP engine, same as the other two. Weirdly enough, I've read somewhere it's got 32 newton meters of torque, so a tiny bit more torque, same bhp, rides different, maybe it's those 16-inch wheels, does seem to pull differently, does feel quite different to the other two. Not a big fan of that sitting position and that small footboard. You can't spread your feet out as much as you can as with the other two, but apart from that, rides really well. Here we go, my sitting test. So I am 5'10", 32-inch inside leg. Now the whole point of this is anybody can quote seat heights, which by the way is 795mm. But when you stick a person on, you can see that the seat's quite wide because I'm on my tiptoes. Love these footboards because you can go forward like a custom or back like a sporty bike, and that's a really nice sitting position. You can get comfy on this fella and do a lot of miles. Curb weight while we're on is 186 kilograms, so not a bad weight for a big scooter like that. Turn of the SH350 this time. So seat height on this fella is 805mm, and when I sit on it and I sit at the front of the seat, I'm balls of feet. So it must be a bit thinner at the front, and then as I shuffle back a bit and try again, you can see I've used up a bit of my leg length, so the seat gets fatter the further you sit back. Now the footboard's not very good for me. I prefer to move my feet around, and there's not much footboard there, but it's a nice 90-degree knee, so you could ride it quite a long way and not be uncomfortable. Curb weight on this fella is 174 kilograms. Lastly, but by no means least, the Forza 350. Now this fella is the shortest at 780, and you can see that straight away. I'm almost flat-footed. Again, I'm sitting at the front of the seat, but I think I'm in a nice sitting position there, so quite happy, don't need to shuffle back. I'll give it a go, see what it does. Yeah, my feet have gone to balls of feet now, so yeah, it does take up a bit of your leg length when you slide backwards and forwards on the seat. Love the footboards again, so you've got long footboards, so you've got to have foot forward, foot in a racy position, and curb weight on this fella is 186, same as the ADV. Now let's do the under seat storage on the Forza and the ADV 350 together, because they have the same amount of storage under the seat. So you put it to seat and fuel, press your seat button, and the seat pops open. And look at the size of that storage space under there. Now we've already got one helmet in, and we're going to put another one in. Yes, 2 helmets stored under the seat of these scooters, and there's even a little bit of space left just in front of the second helmet to maybe put some waterproof pants in. Honda reckon that's a 48-litre storage under the seat. Turn of the SH350 this time. Now it's not going to be like the Forza, so let's just pop the seat and have a look. So there we go, seat unlocked, lift it up. Now it's quite hard to film this and put my helmet in at the same time, but it doesn't look like a bad cavity. So here we go. Grab the helmet, donk it in. That looks quite good. Shut the seat. Oh, now I haven't got a big head, so that is a small helmet. So that's a small shoey helmet, and that doesn't shut. But we'll try it in case it goes the other way around. So again, have a bit fiddle. Like I said, it's a bit hard. My poor helmet's getting bashed about. Give it a go. There we go. Turned round. Let's try it that way. See what happens. Well, it's a touch better. So maybe it's because it's a European style scooter. You only put open face helmets in there, but my helmet definitely doesn't fit. Not sure if it's necessary, but here's a little sound check of the 3 bikes. Now the first one is the ADV, and the second one is the SH350, and finally the Forza. So have a listen and see what you think. Now if you ask me, I think that was a bit of a waste of time, because all 3 of them sound exactly the same. They've obviously got the same silencer, so they all sound the same. Now I used these three as much as I could. I went through the town, I went on dual carriageways, and as you can see round the town they don't often wallop away from the lights. They're excellent as town commuters, and I'm sticking the speed limit, he isn't. But yeah, scooters are great if you want to commute around the town. Now as I said earlier, the ADV's got a proper set of forks, but the Forza runs normal scooter forks, and as you can see it's quite choppy. Now to be fair, this bit of road is really bumpy, but you can see that the Forza front end is having a little bit bounce about on the very rough roads. So the ADV suspension is way ahead of this. Considering this has got adjustable rear suspension, I think it's the front that lets it down. Now as I mentioned before, I did like the way the SH350 handle. I think it's them big wheels, and the power delivery does feel different to the ADV and the Forza. It is really sweet round town. I did like the way it went, but sorry, it's the suspension again, it's still a little bit bouncy. The ADV just seems to whop them. Using those proper motorbike forks at the front of the ADVs made all the difference. It's canny round town this, but the ADV is just a step ahead. For me, the ADV's the boy. It's great on a dual carriageway, it's great round town, and obviously it's got that off-road look which everybody seems to love. They just love the look of this bike. He's great. I love the way the suspension's way more plush than the Forza and the SH. The power delivery, yeah, I think the SH has a bit more whiz to it. But again, he's great. He just does everything you want, and you cannot go wrong with that under-seat storage, can you? I mean, 48 litres hiding under the seat. Brilliant bike. I just love it, and I just love the way it goes. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed riding the ADV 350. Hopefully there's some fresh information there. I've told you something that somebody else on YouTube hasn't. So the normal crack. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It makes a massive difference to my little channel, and all the support really does help. It keeps us going, it keeps me thinking I'm going to crack on doing these. So don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe, and see you next time.